Leveling up. Extreme business growth through raising your game. When what was once extraordinary becomes ordinary, you know you've leveled up.
Hello and welcome. It is Friday and therefore we're going to be doing another Friday 5-minute fix. They are rarely 5 minutes, however they are shorter, bite-sized episodes designed to give you food for thought to take into the weekend, to ponder upon and then come out on Monday all guns blazing. Today we are looking at success as a long game. Welcome to the Leveling Up Podcast with me, George Swift. The Leveling Up Podcast is here to give you the personal development, the entrepreneurial development and the business growth that you, the ambitious business owner, desires. I'm here to give you the inspiration, the motivation, but above all else to challenge your aspirations to take you and your business to the next level. Please subscribe so you never miss an episode. Today's content comes straight out of my little book, 67 Kick-Ass Philosophies for Small Business Owners. As the title suggests, it is a series of philosophies, a short phrase followed by literally one page of text designed to inspire business owners to step up and create the business they want and create the life that they want from it. It's an awesome little book, and if you want a copy, please go and find the links and descriptions of this episode. So I'm going to read straight from the book, and then I'll have a little chat with you about it. Play the long game. The older I get, the more time starts to compress. When I was 20, a year seemed like a long time. When I was 10, it seemed like an eternity. At that age, the weekend never seemed to come. Christmases seemed eons apart. Yet today, I feel like I've barely put the decorations back in the loft before I'm getting them down again. Summer holidays come and go, as do birthdays, and this new experience of time brings new appreciations with it. Number one, the future isn't as far away as you think it is. Number two, make sure you make it count. Instead of thinking in terms of days, weeks, or months at a time, start thinking and seeing increasingly further into the future. There's truth in the statement that most people overestimate what they can achieve in a year, but hugely underestimate what can be achieved in a decade. Time is a friend and a powerful ally if leveraged properly. The more we can plan ahead and take the appropriate steps today, the more likely we are to have the business and life we want in the future. So, that was written pre-lockdown, pre-COVID, pre-this last 13 months. So maybe we actually have a new appreciation for time after all. What about you? This last 12 months or so has really felt like a long time. It's been like being a kid again between Christmases. And I guess we should be thankful for that alone, because if we appreciate the fact that time is finite, number one, but also that actually it's a long time if we apply it appropriately, but it's a short time if we just allow it to pass us by, then maybe we start to realize that we need to really grasp the time that we have and apply ourselves over that long term in order to really create the life that we want to create for ourselves, but also create the legacy. I talked about that last week, but also creating the business that we want to create, to have the impact in the world that we want to have, to just have a fulfilling life, doing something that matters, something meaningful, and to create something as substantial in this world. I think it's one of the core elements of life fulfillment. And the trouble is that we get so caught up with the day-to-day, so caught up with the now and the present, that we don't actually project ourselves that far into the future, and we don't look into the future far enough and realize that actually the stuff we're doing today may even be hindering our future, but at the very least, maybe it's not being leveraged enough today in a way that really gives us the best possible future that we want. So the message of playing the long game is one of realizing that, today you'll have your struggles, today you'll have your successes. And to be honest with you, neither of those are going to have any real major impact on your business a year from now, 10 years from now, certainly long term into the future. And that we need to start taking today's successes with the same pinch of salt that maybe we take today's losses. We enjoy the success, we can reward ourselves for the success, feel good, we can celebrate those successes. We can have a little whinge, have a little moan and lick our wounds for our losses. But when we understand that actually the long game is where our success is going to be created, not today, not this week, not this month, and not even probably this year, but over the coming years, then we start to realize that actually it's okay. You know, we've had one really bad year this year, maybe. Maybe you've done really well during lockdown. Maybe you've done well in business, but maybe not so well in your social life, in your personal life. Maybe you're a real hermit and you've quite enjoyed being locked away and having everyone else locked away as well. But maybe it's been a bit tougher for you on the business front. I don't think many people have had a great 12 months all round. There's lots that we can take, lots of positivity we can take from everything that's happened this year. But I don't think many people have had an amazing year all round. They've had to make sacrifices somewhere. They've found life hard and difficult in one, if not a number of areas of business and or life. So I think it's understanding that whilst it's been a tough year in some ways, one way, number of ways, in all ways, actually it's still just 1 year. And the long-term future that we want to create still exists for us. Now, whether or not we can really engage that in the next few months or so, whether 2021 is going to be a real turning point or whether 2021 is a gradual coming out of what we went through in 2020, whether we have some, ongoing challenges that may or may not be around the corner in 2021, when we start looking, 3, 4, 5, 10 years in the future, I promise you the future is still there for you. The vision that you hold for yourself, that you held for yourself, is still there for you. And whilst I appreciate there are still many battles that need to be fought today and this week and this month and certainly this year, actually we need to make sure that we keep our focus on the future, that we realise that, this year has been a bad year. It's really not going to have that big an impact when we start looking 5, 10. And if you start taking your life through to its natural conclusion, it's going to be just 1 year. A big year maybe, a monumental year maybe, one we probably never forget. But it is fundamentally still going to be 1 year out of the course of our lives. And even as I say, even if it drags into and through 2021, it's still only a small proportion of our life. And therefore, we must not allow today, this week, and this month, and not even this year, to determine what we do create in the long term. As always, thank you for listening. I really appreciate you giving me your time and energy and your attention. I'm well aware there are many people and many things out there vying for it right now. Therefore, I never take it for granted. Please have a look at the descriptions of this episode. There are other resources there for you to help you to navigate the ongoing journey of success and entrepreneurism. If you have time of the weekend, I'd love you to go and check us out at biggerbrighterbolder.co.uk. Have a look at what we're doing at Success Groups, how we're helping businesses launch, how we're helping businesses go from 20, 30, 40, 50k, 60k even, and build to their 100k revenues, and how we're taking those businesses that have already broken 100k, maybe even heading up towards that £500,000 mark, and how we're helping them to scale their businesses, and how we can do the same for you. biggerbrighterbolder.co.uk. If you'd rather speak to a real human being, then reach out to my partner in life and in business, Tracy Miller, and you can email her at tracy.miller@biggerbrighterbolder.co.uk. She would love to talk to you about how we can help you level up so you can get the business and the life that you want to create for yourself. Have an awesome one. I'll see you next week. Until then, as always, be successful.
Leveling up. Extreme business growth through raising your game. When what was once extraordinary becomes ordinary, you know you've leveled up.